All right, Panther fans. So Matthias has been for 2 months, 3 months. He's been saying if we win around in the playoffs, he wants to do a Panther cake. So that's what we've got here today. Is Matthias has my Cooking with Jaws chef's hat on, and let me move the camera over here now a little bit. Say hi, Matthias.
Hi,
He's
Panther fans.
He's all ready to go. So what we have is a Boston cream pie cake. Okay, it's just an 8-inch cake. And then he's got 3 different gel writing icings. He's going to draw with those. We've got this canister with a bunch of different toppings. So each section is a different topping. And then just in case it gets a little screwed up, if we have to start all over again, I got an extra can of whipped chocolate. But I have a feeling he's going to get it done in one shot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the camera so that it can be focused a little bit closer on the cake while he's doing it. And then after the second period, we're going to cut the cake and everything like that. So there might be bits and pieces of this throughout the recap. So what do you have to say before we get started, Matthias?
I'm so glad we won the first round.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have to burn our Panther stuff down.
Yeah, I think he takes me literally there. So, but there would have been some stuff burned down if we wouldn't have made it through the first round.
Especially we win the President Trophy.
That's right. And we're also coming back and winning these 2 games in Tampa, right?
Yeah.
That's what he says. So, all right, I'm gonna set this up so I have a closer view of the cake, and then he'll get started. Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go!
Puck drop. And 3, 2, 1,
Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go Panthers! Let's go! Go! All right. Okay. All right. It's game 3. Kyle says we're going to lose game 3 and then reverse sweep. Matthias says we're going to win both games. I said Panthers in 5, so I'm out. Here's what I know. Win today, and you're in the exact same spot you were in last year. And then what did you learn? So you have to win today. But if you win today, you can say you're in the same spot as last year, with the exception of it being the second round, with the exception of having Ekblad, Giroux, Reinhardt, Sherratt. Okay? And then you say, what did you learn? What did you learn from last year to this year? And let's also throw in Bobrovsky being Vezina Bob this year versus whatever we had in goal last year. I don't even know what you call last year. So it's hyperbolic, but at the same point, it's all right here, and we have the opportunity to have done it all over again and gotten to the exact same space, with the exception of obviously round 2 rather than round 1. I'm not contemplating the possibility of us losing this game and the what ifs and all of that. Well, there'll be plenty of time for that if it happens. But for now, we need Bennett, Hornquist, Reinhardt, Chari, Lomberg, Luosterainen. These are the guys we need to see step up and show and give that extra effort and give that extra energy and have it start with them and see if the Barkovs and the Hubertos and the Duclairs can follow. You might think it shouldn't work that way, but it does. With this team, it does. And so that's what we have to have learned as a fan base and as a team, is that we can sit here and bitch about Barkov and Huberto all we want, but they're not going to be the ones that get it started. So somebody else is going to have to do it. Lundell is out. Luosterainen's on the third line. Biggest Lundell fan there is. Not sure if he's still hurt. Struggling because of the increased competition and toughness in the playoffs. He's still a young kid. His body still needs to fill out. Let's be honest. He's got a great future ahead of him. And we've got incredible depth. So we should be lucky that we can sit him for a game. I'm not sure about the face-offs, but Lundell had 4 minutes last game. So if coach is going to just do that to him, you may as well just sit him, because at least Luosterainen has had energy and been playing well. So I don't disagree with that move. Mammon is in. This is not a knock on Maxon Mammon. 100% I like this kid. But if you were going to play Joe Thornton ever, this would be the game. To me, this would be the game to throw. If you're going to get this guy for veteran leadership, and you're going to have to play him one game if he wants to have his name on the cup, this would have been the game. Now, as soon as I say that, Mammon will go out there and score a goal in the first period. So, good with that. All right, we got to make this happen. Panthers are going to win. I did the score in the stream. All right, 5-2 Panthers. I don't care if it's accurate or not. I just care that the right team has the right amount of goals. And like Brian said in the video yesterday, just score more than the Lightning. Just give me that today. Do with the rest later.
You're done
Already? He says he's done. Wow. That was the quickest cake decorating I've ever seen in my life. So this is what we've got. Now let's see. He looked at the, let me see here. He looked at the logo. Not bad, kid. It's actually, let me get it, I'm looking at my viewfinder. So, right. That is actually pretty good. Now, let's try to spruce it up colors-wise a little bit. Since we've got it that way, all right, here, play around with this a little bit, all right, and see if you can add in, maybe you could write Panthers or 2 points or something like that on there.
with D?
Yeah, just try it. Just try it. Or you could write it with the white icing too. You could do that too. It's still recording. Just try it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all right, let me... Now I'm pissed. Now I'm just like the Panthers right now. Enough nicey. Now I'm engaged. It's 1-1. Now I don't consider Hagel a dirty player, but I mean even the announcers are incredulous that wasn't a major. Now, luckily, Luosterainen came back out. I don't know how. That dude's got 9 lives. We're just gonna have to call him the Cat, because that dude got rocked. But Brandon Hagel, you want to say it wasn't a heavy cross-check, he still cross-checks Luosterainen in the back as he's falling down into the boards. Bullshit. But we make him pay. No longer 0 for the playoffs in the power play. I'm going to tell you right now. This team comes back, wins this series. Tampa fans, you can thank Brandon Hagel. If the Panthers come back and win this series, y'all can thank Brandon Hagel. Because you see the team out there on the ice right now. You see how jacked up they are. You see how jacked up I am. Brandon Hagel woke the bear up. I'm telling you right now. Vasilevsky's unbelievable. So, jeez. It's 1-1. I'm going to be apoplectic. We have to win this game. It's bad enough last game we let that amazing glove save by Bob go wasted. Lustereinen's back out there, and that's fine. But you can't let shit like that go and lose the game. Make them pay.
Yes.
All right, let's see what we
You
got.
will not believe it.
2 points. All right, let's get this on camera. This is pretty good. This is pretty good for his first ever cake decorating. I like the colors on the sides here. We know that says 2 points. It's not perfectly legible, but we know what it says, and that's the important thing. I like the eyes. Oh, and then you gave the Panthers' mouth some color. So here, come around here so I can get you on camera. All right, so you're happy with it?
Yes.
All right, that took 5 minutes, 8 minutes. I thought we'd be here for a long time because I'm used to Kyle doing the pumpkin carving, and that takes like an hour. But Matthias did this in about 5 minutes. So after the second period, you figure that's when we're going to eat the cake?
Because I is as effective as the Panthers.
All right, sounds good. All right, kiddo. Well, this was a great idea, and this will be today's intro, and then we'll have cake after the second period. All right?
Yes.
Okay.
With the Panthers beat the Lightning, I hope.
Okay, sounds good. All right, well, it's after the second period. Obviously, not a lot of happy faces right now. But let's cut the cake. Let's cut the cake. Let's cut the cake and cut the crap, and maybe they'll come back and win this game.
Yeah. Also, my dream has say you are all watching the game. It does take place at Tampa.
This feed still has its plastic.
That's okay. They just cut it. There you go. Let me get right now. Tampa's just better all the way around. And it doesn't mean certain guys are playing bad. I mean, Bob's playing decent. A couple of goals that you'd like to have amazing, magical saves like Vasilevsky, but it's just not happening. And, Barkov is a terrible quarterback on the power play. Should not be out there. Huberdeau can't hit the net. He's going over the net, and shots are getting blocked. And so we're going to eat this cake, and we're going to see what happens in the third period. Go ahead, take your cake, kiddo. All right, you have anything to say, Matthias?
I just only hoping it will not be a sweep.
Okay, sounds good. All right. Thank you, Kyle. Let's eat cake. Cake, Kyle? Cake?
Cake.
Cake. 2 points. Well, so when Tampa scored with 3.8 seconds left in game 2, kind of cracked open the door a little bit to the possibility that not only that this could happen, but that it may not have a happy ending. You're down 2-0 to the two-time defending champs, a team who hasn't lost 2 games in a row in the playoffs since Bobrovsky was with Columbus. I believe that statistic is accurate. And you have to come out in game 3 and play the best game of your life. So, in my coaching practice, there's a saying that both things can be true. You get two people arguing over this one thinks they're right and this one thinks they're right. Both things can be true. So, for starters, at pretty much every position, and certainly as a group, Tampa is better in every position. Bob can be outstanding. Vasilevsky is impossibly elite. We have a really good group of forwards, but so does Tampa. And what our forwards lack is two things: toughness, proper instruction. We'll get to that. Defensively, I don't know if it's the actual players on the ice or the system that we're playing. And can only throw Brunette under the bus so much because this is Q's system. And when I say system, what I mean is for 3 games now, when the Panthers get the puck on their stick, there is at least one guy, if not 2 Tampa Bay players, rushing over to harass that player, forcing them to get rid of the puck immediately before they have time to figure out what to do with it, or the puck is just getting stripped from the Panther player. That is working, clearly. And Tampa is just sticking to it no matter what happens. On the other hand, when a Tampa Bay guy, it could be 5-on-5 and Tampa can get the puck in the zone, and we are sitting back, waving our sticks like magic wands, letting them pass the puck around freely, and pretty much unmolested. We had a little bit of a burst of energy there when Luosterainen got hurt, and it's almost as though when he came back, they said, oh, okay, and they took their foot off the gas again. So, for that specific thing, is Brunette telling the guys to do that and they're not doing it? Is Brunette playing Q's system and no matter what, you don't become aggressive that way? But either way, 3 games in, there's professionals on the ice and professionals behind the bench. You would think that adjustments would be made, and there's not. Now, follow my logic here, please, because I'm going to say something that's going to piss off at least half of the people. I believe Brunette should go. Not because I don't think he's a good coach, but I believe the only way to move forward as a team is to strip the captain from Barkov. And we're going to get into that. But this team is not going to win a cup with that man as its captain. So either Brunette has to be willing to do that, which is pretty rare, or you bring in a new coach who will install a new captain. Patrick Hornquist, please raise your hand. In fact, give him the C and give him an extra year on that contract. So he's here for 2 more years. He's not slowing down. Now, there's no one thing you can blame this entirely on. And the magic of it all is the biggest question mark we really had going into the season was, would Bobrovsky perform in the playoffs? And while you could look at the 2 second period goals and really nitpick and say you'd like him to have one of those, he still only gave up 3 goals. And we have 3 goals in 3 games. So, this is not on Bobrovsky. If he makes that save on Stamkos, it's an amazing save, and it does keep us a lot more in the game at 2-1. But that's it. The rest of the game has nothing to do. It's only 3-1. This team has come back. To me, what my eyes are seeing, what I am seeing, is a collective group of players that know they don't have a coach to put them in a position to win a game. If I had to sum it all up, these 3 games into one sentence, that's it. So I'll say it again. I see a collective group of players that do not believe that this coach has what it takes to put them into the position to win the game. I believe that that's why we are seeing intermittent effort, inconsistent effort. I believe that's at least half of the reason. I do not believe this group of guys believes in this coach. They're never going to see that in public, but the product on the ice speaks for itself. Barkov, I'm done with Barkov in terms of the argument of whether or not he should be the captain, etc., etc. His body language, we saw it some during the Washington game. When the going gets tough, this guy gets down and dejected. This is not a captain. This is the opposite. Barkov is why you need a captain like a Hornquist or a Willie Mitchell. Players like Barkov are why you need a good captain, so that when your good players get down, you have a captain that sets them straight. So this is all assed backwards, and we're seeing it play out. This is 3 years in a row now. We've seen the same dynamic play out. He's not hurt. I'm telling you, he's not hurt. No more hurt than anybody else out there. Steven Stamkos is out there on 1 leg and a half an arm. He's got more. He probably looks like he's got monkeypox. He's blocked so many shots. So hurt's no excuse. Hurt's no excuse. Barkov is not a captain. So if Brunette needs to go because he's not willing to strip the captain from Barkov, then so be it. If I'm Bill Zito, that's the requirement. You want this job back, you have to pick a different captain, because that's the only way this group of guys is going to move forward. And again, I'm not saying it's any one thing fault. It's a collective thing. But it's obvious to most of us. People are arguing, well, it's this, well, it's that, well, it's this. It's all of it. You're all right. It pisses me off, some of the things, the fights I see online, as though if I say it's this and you say it's that one of us has to be wrong. It's not all one thing. It's all of the things. Everybody's right. Everybody's right. Barkov is not a captain. Brunette's an inexperienced coach. We don't have enough toughness on this team. Huberdeau indescribably disappears. All you have to do is put a little bit of pressure on him, and he's going to unload the puck. Sometimes it's going to be a good pass. Sometimes it's going to be a pass to the middle of the ice and there's nobody there, and I don't know what the hell he's doing. I'm not impressed at all with Giroux. I'm not going to say it was a waste, but we don't need one more pass-happy guy on this team. He's going to want too much money. He's not showing me anything that he's going to be what gets us over the top. So no, thank you. It's like Stu said to me, Tampa was smart bringing in Hagel. Damn it. So, before I continue my Panthers rant, barring any kind of unforeseen miracle, Tampa's winning 3 cups in a row. Let's just call it what it is. Because either, now follow my logic here, either the Panthers were better last year without Ekblad, Giroux, Sherratt, Reinhart, and a goalie playing well. Either we were better last year only because of Q, or Tampa's better this year. Take your pick. Because this is nowhere near as close as the last series. And the only reason that we're in these games 2-1, 3-1 late is because Bobrovsky's making incredible saves. If we were getting anything less than stellar goaltending, at the very least, even very good goaltending, whatever word you want to use, every game here would be 5, 6, 7-1. We'd be completely being obliterated. So Tampa they're in a different planet. They're not even playing the same sport. They have a system. They get new players. It's like the Patriots. They plug in the new players. They see that it works. The team buys in to Cooper, okay? Cooper could go out there and tell them to all play naked, and they'd be like, I guess can we leave on our cups, coach? Can we leave the jock straps on? And if he said no, those fuckers will go out there and block shots with their nuts. They would. They would. They would. Barkov blocked a shot, empty net. He did block an empty net shot. I was impressed to see him finally learn how to do that. Now, back to the Panthers. There are a myriad of problems, and I know that there's going to be Tampa fans and Washington fans that are going to say, hey, this is what our team kind of went through before they won. But Barkov ain't Stamkos, and he sure as hell ain't Ovechkin. And he's not going to turn into him. He doesn't have what you need as a captain. And so that's Brunette's choice. To me, that is Brunette's choice. You want to keep the job. You want to show that you are willing to make the changes that are necessary. Change number one is you have to have a new captain. You have to have a new true leader for this team that's going to go out there and set the example in the playoffs. Now, defensively, you can tell that Ekblad's hurt. He's not terrible, but you can tell he's hurt. Forsling has been Uyghur actually had a good game today. I think we had 2 shots in the first 6 or 7 minutes, and they were both Uyghur, so at least somebody's throwing the puck at the net. Power play got a goal. But the unfortunate thing here is that said the same thing after the Islanders series, the play-ins, and people call me crazy. I said it again after the Tampa series last year, and fewer people called me crazy, but some people still called me crazy. And now the announcers and the intermission crew are all starting to see, and they don't want to just throw Barkov under the bus, but you're hearing a lot of things from announcers that usually don't really call players out that way, and they're all kind of scratching their heads and seeing the same things that I've been saying for years and the same things that Stu and I have been saying all season long. So, just because certain changes have to be made doesn't mean that you're putting all the blame on that one person. But if Brunette is not willing to change captains, and to be honest with you, I mean, I know we're missing Mason Marchment. There's no doubt about that. Lundell was struggling. He's a rookie, his first playoffs. We depended on him a lot during the regular season to keep Barkov and Huberdeau fresh. Didn't pay off. And I don't mean Lundell's play. I mean Barkov and Huberdeau being fresh did not pay off at all. We all thought that Barkov's poor play in the playoffs has been because he's been exhausted. Well, throw that narrative out the window. It's because he's not tough enough to play in the playoffs. He's just not. He's just not tough enough to play in the playoffs and be a captain of a team. I don't know what the hell we're supposed to do. So we have 3 goals in 3 games. And now I'm not pretending to be an overeducated hockey coach. But Andrew Brunette is playing that role. He's had not one answer. None. 0. Nada. Zilch. No answers for Tampa's defensive style. And let's be honest, he didn't really... The only answer he had for Washington's defensive style was, oh, look, Carter Hagee, have yourself a series. And now he's hurt. You can tell he's not the same kid out there. But you have to be able to play through those things. And that is when you need your bottom 6 to step up. Now, we had some opportunities. We didn't have a lot of puck luck. Puck's missing just by an inch. Barkov hit the post. But a certain tenacity in your play also makes your own luck. And whenever there was a rebound, whenever Vasilevsky would give a rebound, Tampa was first to the puck. All series long, they have been first to the puck. Where in February, if we're playing Winnipeg and their goalie gives up a rebound and the puck is coming back out towards the circle, you will see one of many, name any Panther, they will have been flying in and they get that rebound and whack it up right in the back of the net. Now, Vasilevsky gives up a rebound and it's just sitting there. It's just waiting. It's like dropping something off of a boat and realizing, well, it's just floating. Is it going to sink? I think it's starting to go down, and you're just waiting. And you just wait, and no Panther shows up, and eventually a Tampa defenseman will show up and clear the puck. Where the hell is everybody? So, strategy is just as much a part of this as toughness. We lack both. We had a hell of a regular season because we have ridiculously talented forwards who, for the most part, can play one style. Let's list out the tough forwards. Torrey, Hornquist, Lomberg, Luosterainen, Marchment, Bennett, and to some extent, Reinhart. I'll call Reinhart because he does get in front of the net. That's just over half. It's just over half. It's not enough. It's not enough. Not when none of those guys, I think only one of those has really been in the top six, right? Only Reinhart has, out of that list, has really been in the top six. No, Bennett. It's not enough. You look at Tampa, and it's not enough. And I'm watching these other series, and I'm watching New York and Canes and Edmonton and Calgary and Colorado and St. Louis, and I'm watching all of those teams, and I'm telling you, the Panthers can beat those teams. But ain't nobody beating Tampa. They're too good. They're too good. They have the players, they have the system, they have the coach, they have the captain, they have the experience of it all working, and they're gonna win 3 in a row, and then maybe they'll be done. But I don't know when that's going to be because Vasilevsky is we're just gonna call him Tom Brady. I mean, he's still young. It ain't like he's showing signs of slowing down. God help us, Tampa ever gets a decent backup goalie who could play 35, 40 games a year and rest Vasilevsky. They might win 10 in a row. So some of this also is the opponent. And I know it's going to piss off my brother and a few Panther fans, but that's the truth. They're just better, and it's not even close. It's not close. All right. That's enough. I hope you guys enjoyed the cake with Matthias, and you got to give Matthias some credit because, as you guys know, he's moderately autistic. He has trouble with things. He's hopeful. He's hoping, and he had to really pull himself together to film that post-second period segment there where we ate the cake. I wasn't sure we were going to be able to do that because when it was 2-1, there was hope, but at 3-1, you could kind of see the writing on the wall. So. Jeez. I can't believe this is fixing to happen again, but it is. It is. I mean, we could all joke about the reverse sweep. Comeback Cats. Somebody had asked about Bobrovsky or Knight tomorrow night. You throw Bob out there. You can't throw Spencer Knight out there tomorrow. Do not throw Spencer Knight out there tomorrow. Because if this game gets to be 2-0, it's going to be 8-0 really fast. Because this team kind of gave up already in the third period today. I'm seeing a lot of head hanging and dejected and coast. Do not throw Spencer Knight out there tomorrow and ruin that kid. There's no need for it. Bobrovsky had, what, 35 shots? Something about that. He's fine. Do not put Spencer Knight out there tomorrow because he has a tendency to give up an early goal. God help us, it gets 2-0. Barkov hangs his head. It's going to be 8-0 on Spencer before you know it. And that's not right. No. Joe Thornton, though, however, son of a bitch, if we get swept by Tampa and Joe Thornton doesn't get to play in a playoff game, I will fly down there myself and drag Andrew Brunette. I will make sure he never sees that arena again. That has got to happen. You do not end that man's career like that. You put him out there on the ice. Shit. Let him center the top line. Show Barkov how it's done. What's it going to do? Get worse? We have 3 goals in 3 games. Can't get a whole lot worse, people. All right. Gonna get this up. Stu and I will be back tomorrow morning. We got to play hockey again tomorrow. And you know them sons of bitches are going to give us a false hope win. They might even win Game 5 as a false hope win too. But if this team, let's see, let's end it like this. Let's see. If this team wins all 4, if this team reverse sweeps the 2-time defending Cup champs and wins the next 4, I'll shave the beard. I will shave. That would be bad luck, though. No, I can't do that. Can't do that. We could color it, though, right? All right, so they red. The Panthers is red. So there we go. If they reverse sweep the Lightning, okay, I'm not shitting you. If they reverse sweep the Lightning, I will go buy the reddest hair color I can find, and we'll do the rest of the playoffs with the red beard. That's the best I can do. That's the best I got. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I'll see you guys tomorrow.